Hey everybody! Alright, so I'm doing webcam update because it's quick and my new computer is really annoying about taking in movies from my memory card because apparently my cameras, the high quality of them is a problem for iMovie and you have to do all these weird things and I don't have Adobe Premiere Pro installed yet on my Mac because it's expensive. So I gotta work my way up to that. So anyway, this is just easier. That's for my iPhone and hello, super easy. So weight loss update. Okay, so how did I do? All right, so I walked in there and I was like, please be down. Normally I weigh myself and I kind of know, but I didn't do that. And the last time I weighed myself was earlier in the week. I'm just now finishing up my time in the month. Earlier in the week when I weighed myself, I was actually up, up like 2 pounds, and I was like, "Are you flipping kidding me?" Because I wasn't bad this week, so I was like, oh. So whatever. I just hung in there, and so I went in today, and the meeting they were like running behind and weighing people. So the actual the meeting teacher, instructor, whatever you want to call her, she was weighing me in. I was like, great, I have to weigh in with this lady. She's super nice, but it's like she's like the teacher. And so anyway, so I weighed in and I'd lost 2 pounds, 2 whole pounds. I was like, yes. So that is awesome because what that means is that I am within zero point 0.2 of being to the halfway point of how much weight I want to lose. So yeah, I was pretty stoked about that. When you're on Weight Watchers, they tell you that if you really follow the plan and blah blah blah, that you'll lose between half a pound and 2 pounds a week. Obviously, sometimes you don't lose any, and you might be doing everything right, so it's not like a guarantee. But that's the general kind of goal. Is like they want it to be slow and steady, and most people tend to lose like half a pound to a pound a week when they're doing it right. So I was really excited. I was like, 2 pounds? What? So, yeah. It's been 3.5 months or whatever now. I guess a little more than that, almost 4 months, but not quite. But anyway. And one of those months I didn't really lose any weight. So, really, I've lost almost 15 pounds in really a little over 2.5 months. And so that's pretty awesome. Like I am happy. It's like you always want those instant results. Like you can't help it, and especially when you have like weeks where you lose like 3 or 4 pounds, you're just like, oh, if I could do this every week, then I'll hit my goal in like next Sunday. You get all excited, but that's just not how it works. And it's like I have to keep relearning and the hard way and that, and just every time in my history that I've ever lost weight quickly, I always put it back on. Every time in my history that I've like lost weight like slow and steady, I've kept it off way longer. And it's like, hello, obviously. And so anyway, it's like what I'm doing now, but it's still a pretty good like little pace, I think. So to kind of like re-go over goals, my goal is definitely 30 pounds down. I'm just under 15 pounds lost. And I think at some point I will do another body shot. I'm not going to do it yet. I do have shots of me at my starting weight, and I have shots of me like 5 pounds down, although there's not really much of a difference. I feel like there's not a difference now. Like, I don't know, maybe if we took photos and I looked at it, I know there's a difference in some areas, but the areas that are my big problem, which is like my midsection. My midsection is, it's just awful. And, oh, this is the one thing I wanted to talk about. Okay, so particularly women who are watching this and women who have had children, I'm noticing that the more weight I lose, the flabbier my baby belly part gets. It's like the actual like fattiness of my stomach is going down. So I'm still happy. Like, but the loose skin kind of part is like worse. I'm kind of like, what's that? Like, why is that getting like worse? So I think that's just kind of the name of the game. And I had a friend of mine. She's actually never had kids, but she used to be really heavy, and then she lost a bunch of weight. And she said that it happens then too. She said that as she lost weight, her stomach was like much better, and she much preferred her stomach losing the weight. But she said that she got like it's like the loose skin thing. And she said it happens a lot when women are really heavy, even if they haven't had kids. And she's like, that's what's probably happening to like your stomach, is that, you know, you went from having, I mean, my stomach was fairly flat and very, I didn't have like a six pack or anything, and I wasn't super thin, but I had a very tight stomach. Like my stomach was like pretty firm. And so I went from that to children, and my stomach wasn't used to ever being stretched out ever. I thought I was like, you know, stretching it out, because when you're young and you're dumb and you're like, oh, I'm so fat, and you're not. But it never, I guess, had that. And so yeah, I guess like the very like the loosey skin part. The other thing is that now this is good. So now, right now, I actually weigh less than I weighed at my lowest point before getting pregnant with my second child. So, haha, woohoo! I never quite made it back down to my starting pregnancy weight after my first baby before I got pregnant with my second, but I made it to the goal weight I had set, so that was good, right? So now it's like I'm there. I hit the point, I hit the number that I got to my lowest. So now I'm in like new territory. I'm in like territory I haven't been in since before I had children. So that is really good, right? Like that's awesome. But here's the annoying thing, is that I am less now, only by like a pound or two, but still, I'm less now than the lowest I got at was so after my first daughter. But I'm not smaller. Like I'm not wearing the smallest size I wore then. The stuff I wear that I wore then, I look flabbier in now, and it's all because of how my stomach is. And actually, I actually had a body assessment done with a personal trainer, and when they were doing my fat assessment and all that, you know, she said that, she was like, I'm going to be straight with you. I'll tell you the truth. She's like, we can work on toning your problem areas. She's like, we can, you know, target those love handles. She's like, and they're going to get better. She's like, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like the like soft, loose skin is just going to go away even with diet and exercise. She's like, some people it does, some people it doesn't. And, you know, she's like, the longer you have that weight on, the harder it is for that to completely disappear. And without like a surgical option, which obviously, like, what? Not, you know, really thinking about at this point in my life. It's so, and she was very, I really appreciated that she was very upfront about that with me. So I'm kind of trying to come to terms with the fact that I'm going to have to be thinner to have the same look that I did at this weight, and it's all because of like the stomach flap. And obviously, like, I have a lot of fat I need to get rid of on my stomach. So don't take it as me just being like, oh, you know, it's all loose skin, because it's not. There's a bunch of fat there. I'm pretty sure that I have at least 15 pounds, all that 15 pounds I want to lose. I'm pretty sure like at least 14 of it's right here in my stomach. I'm just like, it's just, and then there's like a pound of it on my arms or something, like. but besides that, like, I can just tell. And I have one of my cousins, she has 4 children, and she told me that it took her, she had to be 15 pounds thinner than, she was 15 pounds thinner than she was before having her first child to be back in that same size. So at the weight she'd been at before having her first baby, that weight, when she hit that weight again through diet and exercise, I mean, she was being healthy. She didn't fit into the same size. Like, her body had changed. And she said it wasn't just her body. It wasn't just, like, wider hips. It also, like, her skin. She said her skin was saggier and it was more bulgy. So it took her losing even more weight to get rid of some of the, like, softness. And this was, she actually had hired a personal trainer. So she was working out the right way. She was doing all the toning stuff. So the thing is it's, like, kind of accepting that if you've let yourself go, if you've gotten yourself into a weird body position, if you've had kids, if you whatever, you may never get back that body you had when you were 21, you know? Some people do, and that's what makes it hard. It's like you see these people who just bounce back. You even see these people who didn't bounce back, but then get motivated, and then all of a sudden it's like they've got this rock hard ab again, and you're like, well, they didn't bounce back. It took them time and they got it. But that's not everybody. Not everybody is like that. So maybe I will. Maybe my stomach will surprise me. Maybe I'll lose a certain amount and I will start to get that flatter stomach back again. And like that loose skin will just kind of dissolve or something. I don't know. But right now, the more weight I lose, the loose skin part, not the like under fat part, because that's much better, but the actual loose skin part, it's worse. Like I think it's more, I don't know. But that's fine. You just have to kind of make peace with it because here's the thing, at the end of the day, I still look way better than I did with the weight on. Okay, I got interrupted. My daughter was coming to tell me goodnight. So anyway, so I guess that's the thing is like I'm sharing this because I just want to be honest about my body and like how it is, and I'm not really that upset about it. Surprisingly, it's more just like I've become more aware of it, and I'm also aware of the fact okay, I have a picture of me with a friend in this one green skirt I have that's really cute, and I was wearing a black shirt with it. And it's not like I was super thin in it or anything, but I was just kind of like, a little curvy because I got curves. I'm a little chunky. It's like no big deal. So I was a little curvy in it, but that was it, right? But now when I wear that same thing, it's like I have this like, it's not just like a curviness of a woman who's a little bit more like fuller figured. It is like kind of ugly love handles, like the bulginess. Instead of just like the curve, it's like bulge. And I'm like, really? I'm way less than I did in that picture. But, now my stomach's had 2 kids and I kept weight on longer than I should. And that's just how it is. And I might have to be like my cousin. I might have to get an extra 10, 15 pounds down to get closer to what I used to be because to kind of combat that, I'm not the firm stomach I used to have. So it is what it is. And you can either be like upset and depressed about it, or you can just be like, okay, new goal, new ambition, new thing to look forward to. I got this. Like, I see what's going on here. I'm going to target these areas. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Just keep going. So that's my weight loss tip of the week is keep going. And you know what I mean? Like, reassess if your original goal isn't putting you at the place you thought you would be at in your head. Deal with it, make peace with it, and set yourself a goal that's either more realistic or heck, like mine's probably going to be a little bit more ambitious. I'm probably going to have to lose a little bit more weight than I originally thought to get back that look that I'm trying to go for. That's okay. It's like I can do it. And so that's what matters is I still feel motivated. So yeah, there we go. All right, guys. So super excited for 2 pounds. Just almost at that halfway point. 15 pounds. Like, yeah. You know what? I feel like those 15 pounds. They feel like it took forever, but at the same time, I'm like, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that long, and I feel like now too, I'm finding a rhythm. Like a weight loss rhythm, like I'm finding a way to kind of like get this going. And what happens is it's like I have my weigh-in on Thursdays. Thursday night I usually eat. After my weigh-in I usually have like kind of a bad meal. Friday, Saturday I eat not great, but not horrible. Then about Sunday through Thursday, I'm kind of on and more healthy. And that's kind of the pattern I'm doing. And I consistently lose between 1 and 2 pounds doing that. Could I lose 2 to 3 pounds if I was good the entire time? Probably. But would I go a little crazy? Maybe. So this system's been working for me. It's like I feel like I still indulge a little, but maybe Friday, Saturday I take a step back, but by Thursday I've taken 2 steps forward and I've come out ahead without going crazy. It's like working for me. Okay, guys, so there we go. That's it. That's my weight loss update, and I hope your week's going well. Or your month or whatever it is, and yeah.